BLAPCHAT.
Everything is blap. Blap.
Everything is blap.
Blap.
Atlas with the blay. I like that. I like that.
I don't know why. I've been like doing that a lot lately.
I like that. I kind of like that.
It's kind of fun, actually.
It's fun.
It's
Guys,
new swag.
welcome to BLAPCHAT, episode 91. Our first episode of 2019, baby.
91.
Episode 91. Welcome to 2019 here on planet Earth. This is BLAPCHAT. This is an all music production podcast. I go by the name of Illmind. Here are my co-hosts.
Perfection.
Atlas the plug. You see it? Oh,
That's for
damn,
me.
Ill, you
That's
can
me.
do me like that. Damn, Ill.
You see it?
You see
We're here. We're missing Glam today.
Glamsky.
Glam's handling some stuff, so she's not here today. But shout to Glam.
Shout out.
First of all,
Did you see her that new joint she put out?
Zoom.
Yeah, she has a new joint out. Check that out. You know, Glam's amazing. First of all, I just want to shout you guys out. Thank you to all of our listeners, our YouTube viewers, our iTunes listeners, our SoundCloud listeners. Shout to all of you guys. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. If this is your first time tuning in, welcome to BLAPCHAT. Welcome to the madness. You're most likely a creator, I would say. Music producer, rapper, singer, engineer. Maybe you're just a fan who loves podcasts.
Entrepreneur.
Entrepreneur. Shout to you. Welcome to the podcast, and again, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you fuck with us. And shout to all of our day one listeners, man. Shout to all you guys who have been, listening to us on the train, on the bus, in the car, at school, at work, before you go to bed, first time you wake up. Throw it on when you're in the studio. I mean, wherever you're consuming our podcast, we really just hope that you we appreciate your support, but we hope that you walk away with something every time you listen to our podcast. We really just want to be here to create value for you, to empower you, inspire you to be the best creative or the best whatever you're into, the best version of what you're doing, right? So
Facts.
I love it, man. Facts. So last year was interesting.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Last year was interesting. I don't even want to do a wrap up because I feel like we're off that.
Yeah.
So let's not do a wrap
It's
up.
the new. We're on to that new.
We're on to the new. And there's so much more to talk about. We're 91 episodes in, and I still feel like we're just scratching the surface.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
Right?
Me too.
Yeah, we, me and Perfection were chatting up in we'll call it the green room, right? We're in the green room before we started today, and we were talking about a bunch of things. And there was one thing, and I would love you guys' insight on this as well from your experience, but there's something that I've been really kind of low-key like obsessed about in the past couple of weeks, especially during the holiday break. I kind of took a break and I was like really thinking about the grind, being an aspiring music producer, and thinking about how I was able to kind of get to this position and what my what my challenges are as well. And I discovered that there's literally one thing that is stopping us from becoming great. And I really want to kind of harp on this because it's really crazy.
Yeah.
And it's one word, it's fear. Right? I just made an Instagram post today about it. But fear is really a crazy thing because it's the one thing that stops us from doing the stuff that we really want to do. Right? When you're a music producer and you just start making beats, right? And you discover that you enjoy making beats, but you don't want to really show anyone yet.
Right.
You don't want to show people because you're fearful of they might clown you or say your shit is trash, whatever it is, right? And so you can apply fear to a lot of, I wouldn't even say a lot, I think you can apply fear to every single thing that's stopping you from getting to the next level.
Yep.
Right? Do you guys have any, and I'll share mine as well, do you guys have any anything right now that you feel like is stopping you, and why do you think it's stopping you? Any specific things that come to mind for you guys, and I'll share mine too. But you know, it's probably going to revolve around some type of fear of something.
You want to go first?
Yeah.
Look at, this is like a therapy session.
I guess.
This is like a therapy session. But I want to bring this out because
No, this is good stuff.
I don't know. I think over the course of the last year, I've been realizing this, and I think my peers in the industry that we're in have also been more vocal about their struggles or their fears within their career or the industry. I never really acknowledged in the past that I had a fear of something. I always like worked and, you know, kept going towards my goals and, you know, always been a go-getter. But this last year, I've questioned myself, and I think I have somewhat of a fear of failure and also a fear of success, which kind of sounds weird.
Not really.
Success in the sense of,
Doesn't sound weird to me.
like we were talking earlier, you know, you can have like such a huge goal for yourself, and you might feel like, wow, that's big. Am I gonna reach that?
yeah,
You know, and also a fear of failure. Like, I don't know, it's
fear of failure.
yeah.
There's no, you can't get any deeper than
you
that.
can't get deeper than that. It's just a fear of like, I probably won't be able to do that, or, you know, am I good enough to do that right now?
You know,
You know?
You know, to add, you know, even when we first started BLAPCHAT, you know, like my first time, literally the first time we ever recorded, and I was on, you know, like
Yeah,
on the
on
air.
the mic. Yeah,
I was scared shit. I'm not gonna lie. I was really like the night before, like, oh man, like tomorrow, like I'm putting myself out there. Like I'm gonna be out there. Like I gotta be on point, you know? And I was scared. I'm not gonna lie. Now we've done it so much, I don't even think about it.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
we just have fun. You
That's
know
so
what I
true,
mean?
because I remember the first time Atlas was like, yo, you know, BLAPCHAT, and I was like, well, I'll do one show.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
tricked you. That's
Yeah.
what I did.
I was like, I'll do one show
"Yo, come
and
next
see
week."
how it is, right?
Come
I
next
was like,
week.
I'll do one show and see how I feel. See
Yeah,
how
I
it
remember,
is. You know, 'cause I was
yeah.
just like, what if I sound stupid? What if
Yeah.
I say the wrong thing? What if I don't know what I'm talking about?
Right.
And now it's just like, we're just having a conversation.
yeah,
You know,
exactly.
and not even thinking about it.
You know,
Exactly.
too, another one that really comes to mind where I was like really scared is when we did the Human tour. When you and Joel Ortiz dropped the album Human, by the way, which is a fire album.
Still love it. It's classic to me.
Classic. People go download it now, Human. And you know, and you guys voted me to be the tour manager. And I literally the night before couldn't sleep a wink. Like I'm laying in bed looking up like, dude, don't fuck this up.
Yeah.
Like, and can I tell you, as stressful as it was and as great as it was, the best thing, because I learned so much on that tour, like dealing with venues, dealing with promoters, dealing with radio people, dealing with the artists, dealing with the, you know, calling the hotel in advance to confirm your, you know, just every little, like how long does it take to get to the next city? What time do we have to wake up? You know,
With no prior experience.
zero.
Yeah.
Zero. I mean, my experience, obviously rolling with you, Ill, you know, I learned a lot, but that was the first time it was like, okay, this is on you now, kiddo. And I learned so much. You know, one thing I really took away from being the tour manager, which I use still to this day, is no matter what is going on, how many balls are in the air, pause, right? You can never show it on your face to the artist.
Yeah.
Because there were times where, like, first of all, Ill, you remember, they broke into our van,
Yeah.
the second city, I think it was Chicago.
Yep.
They took Ill's hard drive,
Yeah.
man.
and they took my luggage, and I only packed my super fly shit, right?
Yeah.
Because it was so light. And I had to deal with that. So then I had to call Safelight, is it
Yeah,
called, right?
one of those.
I called them. The next one was like the next state over, but we had to go somewhere else. So I had to like move all the stuff around, and I was stressing the fuck out. But never showed it, super calm, like, all right, guys, you know, doing lobby call. Hey, guys, you know, at the end of the night, meeting the promoter, make sure everybody's getting paid. Like, you know, this is like a real deal. And let me tell you, the night before, shitting my pants, so scared. Now, I use it in life every day.
Yep.
Like, I know how to talk to promoters, venues, and you name it. It's just, it was great. So.
And you still hold that experience and, like you said, utilize it
Oh,
to this day.
100%.
And, you know, and what you said earlier, Perfection, about fear of failure, you know, I think failure is sort of the most popular version of failure, or version of failure, or version of fear. Sorry,
right.
Failure. But there's multiple versions of fear, right? And if you ever muster up the courage to power through that fear, I think that's the magic moment where you really start to turn around and go down the pathway to success and to happiness, right? And so, when you think about it, there's a first time to do something always. Like first beat, like
Right.
perfection. I'm sure you remember the very first beat you made, right? Probably trash.
Yeah.
My first beat was trash. Everyone's first beat was trash, relatively, right? And that's okay, because you do it, you power through it. It's scary as fuck, and you power through it, and then you do another one, and it's like, okay, that one sucks too.
But then the funny thing is, sometimes in those moments, you think your shit's so fire.
Which is great.
Which is great.
Which is fine. Regardless of you thinking it's fire, it was probably trash.
Right.
And but that's irrelevant, because when you continue to power through a failure or a fear multiple times, something really magical happens. You know what happens? You get a win.
Yep.
You get a W, right? It's like LeBron James's first basketball shot, his first free throw shot when he was a kid. I'm sure he was 3 years old or whatever age he was, LeBron. That first shot he took, probably missed it. He probably sucked. His form, he was an amateur, right? And there's a beauty to that, because he went on to shoot. How many shots has LeBron taken his whole life? I would say, hundreds of thousands, maybe million, right? And now he's a beast. So I think that if we start to apply this thought of, okay, I'm fearful of something because of X, Y, and Z, the first step is to power through it and to do it once, and to expect failure. Right? Expect it to not go good. I think that's what's killing all of us, is we think that our first try, the ball's got to go in. No. Like the ball, you're supposed to miss the first shot. My first beat is supposed to suck. The first time I track an R&B vocalist after working with a million rappers, I'm not going to know what to do. What's auto-tune? What key is this in? How do I pan left and right and stack vocals and make vocals sound right? You know where I learned that, Atlas? Smoky Robotic. You know what I mean? Because Mitch is crazy fucking vocal stacking.
Dude, yeah.
I've never stacked vocals like that in my life. And we powered through it. Our first few songs sucked, but then they got better. You were there the whole time.
Oh, yeah.
And so...
How many... I remember there being like 80...
Oh, we would do like 10 songs a day.
No, but like...
Tracks?
Oh, it'd be like 80 tracks.
40, 50, 80 sometimes.
Something crazy with the harmonies.
I'm there sitting there engineering like, holy shit, I have to figure this out.
Right.
And my mixes really sucked in the beginning, but I got better because it was repetition. So there's this real beauty in powering through an initial fear and knowing that it's okay, giving yourself permission that it's okay to fuck it up.
Yeah.
Right? Unless you were hired to do a job and you finagled your way into it with no experience, and then you fuck it up and you get fired, whatever. I'm talking about personal stuff. I'm talking about the first time you make a beat, the first time you're in the studio with a superstar. What the fuck do you do? The first time you start, posting on Instagram, and you're trying to build up your social media fan base, and you're trying to like build this brand. You're not going to get those, it's not going to be perfect at first, right? But then if you keep powering through and you keep failing, fail, that win is going to come. And I'm not saying that in a philosophical way, like, oh, the universe will grant you a win.
Right.
No, it's math.
It's a numbers game.
Statistics.
I was just thinking the same thing.
It's all statistics. If I close my eyes and I'm at the free throw line and I throw the ball up, right, I'm going to miss. I'm probably going to miss 100 times. The 101 might go in, and it probably will if I keep going. So I just, when I discovered sort of that, I call it an unlock, but when I discovered that unlock, it like changed my life again, because now I'm thinking I'm fucking invincible.
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, that's the fact.
Fucking invincible now.
Talk
and Alice,
to him,
you know me, because it's in my DNA.
Yeah.
When we opened up the studio in 2015, scary.
Yes.
Scary.
Yeah.
Oh, the fucking, we got to put this amount. How are we going to build the wall? The air is fucked
we gotta
up.
Do the floor.
We got to do the floors are cracking. And we got to do this, the B room. And then we got to hire interns. And then, but guess what happened? We powered through it, right?
We did. Power moved.
I need artwork.
Power moved.
Let me fucking figure it out on here and make the artwork myself on my phone. And the first few things I made were trash. But you know what?
You're nice with it now, though.
The 15th thing was decent.
Yeah.
And after doing it so much, I'm pretty nice.
I remember I'd walk. I'd be like, "Ew, who did the artwork?"
I'm all right.
And you'd look at me like, "Yeah."
No,
and I was like, "Damn,
you know what I mean? I'm decent. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there you go.
You make your own shit.
You got the
right.
clothing line.
See
now.
that champion? You know what I'm saying? I'm decent.
That's right.
I did this while I was taking a shit. I made this when I was taking a shit on the toilet.
I love
Got
it.
him.
So anyway, I'm just saying, like, the first time I put a drum kit out, everyone was shitting on me. $20, here you go. Could have bombed. Could have been terrible.
Yeah.
And it wasn't. And it could have gone left because at that time, all the respect for you went out the window. You're like, I'm competing with, this was 2011. So it's like, Ninth Wonder and like, who were the hot producers at the time? Like, whoever the hot producers were at the time were not doing what I was doing, right? But I did it, and it sucked at first, but I powered through it. So I'm looking back at my thing. The point is, I'm looking back at what I've done already, and I've always powered through a thing, and I sucked. I always just sucked at first. It was just like
you always figured it out.
Always figured it out. The first trap beat I made was terrible. The first boom bap beat I made was terrible. The first pop beat I made was terrible. You were kind of there with Smokey.
Oh yeah, I was there every session.
Early on, I'm like, okay, we have a rapper who sings. We have a singer who's like a fucking vocal trained professional singer who stacks 80 vocals, and I have to produce it and engineer it, and I have to work with another producer, which I've never really collaborated with another producer before, and I have to do that right now. And how many times did we do that per day? 5 to 10 songs.
Oh yeah, you guys worked. I'm going to be honest. I still say to this day, you guys were way ahead of your time. Like, to me, you guys should have been out of here, right? And to watch you guys work, I mean, you and Conrad doing the beats, right? Zach Sear doing the raps, to me at the time was the dopest rapper I knew. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. And then with the dopest singer, Father Dude, which to me till this day is the best male vocalist songwriter that I know, hands down, period. But watching you guys work together, you guys had this science down. It was like while you and Conrad were building or making the track, Zach and Mitch and Father Dude are, mumbling, coming up with ideas, recording it on the phone, and then you just see the like baby grow. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's walking, then it's like, it's crawling, then it's like, waddling, and it's walking, and it's friggin' sprinting down the road. And I was just like, these guys are fucking sick. Yeah. And those were some great times. I learned so much even then, working with you guys, like traveling with Smokey and, like basically kind of like managing you guys and like, which must have been another kind of low-key scary thing too. It's
dude, I have to do stuff I never did before.
I remember getting emails like, "Yo, can you reach out to this venue?" And I'm just like, "Holy shit, I've never done this, but I did it."
Say what?
You know what? It reminds me of too. Even when I started True Masters, right? Yeah. When I started True,
it was like last year,
right? And you remember when we were coming up with the concept, and I was like shooting ideas at you, and like I have this vision and blah blah blah. And in hindsight, it's like, I was scared because I'm like, dude, that means if I'm going to follow through with this, I have to book 24 acts, find a venue, and execute this, and I'm hosting it, and it has to go
and not be in the hole,
right?
And do it, yeah, exactly,
and actually have people come out,
and exactly, and the venue, and promote it, and make sure the bar guarantee is there for the venue, so they invite me back. Making sure it was a lot, and let me tell you, I was terrified. Yeah, but anyone who knows me, like you guys know me, you guys know I'm a hustler. You guys know I don't take no for an answer. And you guys know I will figure it out. And I'm always brainstorming and always like coming up with ideas and concepts. That's just what I do. Yeah. I can't stop that. But I was terrified. But sure enough, through my relationships and just being a good person to people, if I needed something, I can just, do you know like a venue that I can maybe, yeah. Listen, hit up this person. Boom, finding the venue. The hardest part about the thing is finding the talent for True Masters, especially dancers.
Yeah.
Because dancers want to get paid.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have a budget at the time to pay dancers anything, so I had to find these dancers willing to do it on the strength, especially on the first show when it's never been done before. Now I'm up to the third installment of True Masters, which is January 24th here in New York City. If you're interested in that, just follow me, Atlas the Plug. The link is in my bio. Or follow True Masters Show. But like now I'm on number 3, and like I'm not saying I'm not nervous. Like I'm not tripping. Like to me, I'm excited to do it. And like I think if you're scared, if you feel scared to do something, that's basically your body just saying, "Hey, go do it."
Yeah.
Just go figure it out at this point. Just go do it. And if you don't do it, you'll look in the future and just hate yourself.
You regret it.
It's fear of failure, fear of getting clowned on, yep. Fear of maybe destroying relationship,
yep.
Right?
What people think,
What people think, and it's all these fears of something that your mind just made up in your mind.
Yeah. Dude,
it's
that's
like
a fact.
It's like experiencing trauma before the trauma.
Yeah.
Which is so unfair.
Wow, that's a good one.
Like,
and you drive yourself crazy.
And then you go mad, and then you start shooting cocaine, and then you become
and then you die.
And then you go to rehab, and
then you die.
So like, I really, it's interesting what you said just now, Atlas, about the whole dancers want to get paid thing. The getting paid thing is so interesting because another thing that I've been thinking about too is the idea of why something costs as much as it does. And you got to really think about, there's two things that we pay for, right? While we in this economy, we pay for a product or a service, right? In general. And so when you think about the product or the service, you think about, okay, is this thing that I'm about to spend my money on, is this something that I can get somewhere else? Is this a product or service that I'm offering to someone that I know that this person can go somewhere else and get a better version of? And I think that's like so powerful and important to think about, because if we decide to create a service or a product for ourselves, in our case, as I'll say, as music producers, it's our beats, it's our music. What justifies my product to be special enough to want to, for that customer to want to come to me as opposed to someone else? And I just think that's such a great way to kind of look at the stuff we do. It's like, again, and I don't mean to like talk about myself a lot, but I think about this service of like pass the aux with me. You're not going to really get that experience from anyone else, which creates this sort of market value in the marketplace of inspiring and empowering the community I come from, right? You could go to this other company, or you could go to this other person, or you could go to YouTube and do that, fine. But you choose to come to me, and there's a reason why you choose Illmind. There's a reason. And that reason is, it's one word: trust.
Trust. It's funny you say that, Il, because like 2 weeks ago, I had someone. So I went out to an event, to a beat battle, and somebody recognized me from BLAPCHAT, and we were talking, and
Did they go Mundo? No.
Oh no, but he woke up to me. He's like, they like stopped. They looked at me, pointed at me, and he goes, "Atlas the Plug?" Yeah. And I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Dude, I love BLAPCHAT. I love what you guys are doing. Thank you so much. I listen to you guys all the time." So that was like awesome to hear. And they went to Pass the Aux, New York. And like 2 weeks previously, they went to, I'm not going to say whose name, so don't even ask. They went to another producer workshop kind of thing. Super famous producer, right? And they said, I got to really commend, Illmind and like what you guys are doing, because like I went to Pass the Aux, and compared to what I experienced at the other one, and it was so much more intimate, like with Illmind, like being with him. Like he spent so much time with us, like one-on-one, and we were all like in front of him. We're at the other thing, it was like the guy was on stage, and like he was sitting over there, and they're sitting over there, and there's like a microphone, and it was like really kind of like, it was more like a showcase. It wasn't really intimate. And kudos to you, Ill, because he just went crazy about how amazing he learned so much, and just the intimacy of it, because you're right in front of them in a room, and it's just you and it's them.
It's more of a connection.
Yeah,
it's huge connection. Yeah.
And if you're not connecting and there's no intimacy, then there's no point. Right. There's no point. Then what are you paying for? What are you there for? Right. Like what I'm kind of realizing about Pass the Aux is it's bigger than me. Yeah. It's all I'm doing is I'm lighting a fire. I'm going to this city and I'm lighting a fire and telling these creatives, I'm allowing for them to feel like they're part of this community, and hopefully lighting a fire in all of them to now have this sort of small network or starting point to where they can start to grow. And I'm starting to see it.
It's happening.
Pass the Aux 1 year ago in Buffalo, I'm getting hit up like, yo, that night was amazing. I've met like a couple people that night that changed my life, and blah blah blah. And I hear stories, and that's the sole reason why I keep doing this. Like again, going back to fear, this started when we had the studio open and closed in 2017. We were closing it down. That's how Pass the Aux idea came about. I didn't know how that was going to go. I didn't know how much this thing would cost, what a producer would spend, what I'm going to do, how am I going to be able to travel to a city and be able to afford to do that, and what will happen. Are they expecting me to just give them feedback on their music and then they walk away happy? I don't know. And so I'm realizing after doing it for a year and a half that it's me going in there and lighting a fire and getting these people to feel empowered to move forward and conquer failure eventually. You know what I mean? Because if you're there at my Pass the Aux, you've already won. Step number one is
showing up.
You showed up. Yeah, exactly. You talk about it all the time, Atlas. Like, you decided to invest in yourself and do that, and the results are astonishing, man. It's really great. Man, like, I don't know. Go ahead.
You know, it's funny. So I had a New Year's Eve get together, and actually Josh was there. Jay Jules was there. Yeah. And
did you guys jump in the pool?
There was no pool. It was raining outside, but we still went on my roof deck. It was super sick. Anyway, so I'm standing there and I'm looking around at like most of the people that were at my party. I know I had about, Joshua, like 20 people. Would you say 25? And 1, 2, 4 or 5 of them started either as interns at Roseville, or they went to Pass the Aux. And, you know, they met me or whatever, and a lot of these people, I got other opportunities to like intern at this studio, to this person who, you know, who's kind of popping, is looking for an assistant. Yo, let me link you with them. So I was like, got them all. This person owns a studio, he's looking for a partner. Let me link you with them. So I like, they're all now like doing their thing. And there was a point in the night where I was looking around and I was like, wow, we're really building something special here in New York. Like, if you come to I'm at the point now where I feel like if you come to New York, you got to see one of us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? In some type of capacity. You know, and I don't mean it as a cocky thing. I just mean like, because we're moving the culture here in New York City. You know, it's a fact. You could ask around anyone who's in New York and you ask them about BLAPCHAT or Illmind or Perfection or me. If they're really in the scene, they're going to know. But the point I'm getting to is, you know, even these young kids who had the opportunity to come intern for us, probably scared. I mean, Josh, when I interviewed you, you were probably shitting in your pants, right? And I remember when I called you, it was like, Josh, I'm really sorry to tell you.
You did say
but
that.
you're going to have to show up tomorrow to work. You got it. You know what I mean?
Hired.
You're hired. And like, just seeing all these guys grow there's nothing better.
Yeah.
There's nothing better.
Yeah, it's when you're part of a group of people you relate to, you feel a sense of belonging. Yeah. Right? And you feel a sense of like purpose. And I think that's another huge thing about being a human being is we all want to feel like we belong to something. Right? And I think that's what's also so special about, you know, just like having the studio and then, you know, Pass the Aux and just all these different events that people do. It's an opportunity for people to congregate And from there, who knows what could happen.
And that also helps you conquer fear when you're around people that are like-minded like you, you know, because you feel comfortable. You feel like, well, I'm not alone.
Do it too. Yeah.
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 Exactly.
And you know, and sometimes when they, you know, at some point they thank you. Sometimes even like multiple times, like, yo, or, you know, you guys, yo, man, thank you so much. If you didn't give me that one shot. Like even Riser, you know Riser, the producer, Riser. So Riser was at my party, and at one point during the night, like he stopped everything, made like a big speech about how I gave him his first opportunity.
He's so sentimental. I love Riser.
He's such a nice guy. About like, how I gave him like his first, you know, DJ gig at 80/20 party, and he's never DJ'd, but I said, dude, just play your beats. That's how fire it is. I don't care. Just hit play. And now he's throwing his own events and DJing his own thing with Midnight Collective. So, you know, I think, you know, as I'm getting older, and I'm, you know, older than these guys, but still young at the same time, I'm at the point now where I just want to just keep giving people dope opportunity.
Yeah, that's
you know
what this is about.
That's literally it. Like, how could I help you? I'm not asking for anything, but how can I help you get where you want to get? And watching it happen in front of your eyes, which has happened multiple times, there's no better feeling.
That's how you create value.
Yeah.
That's how you create value as a person, right?
Yeah.
You become that person that if you were to be excluded from the equation, it would feel very empty.
Yeah.
Right? It would feel, and that's, I think, you know, obviously that's like a super dark, deep thought. Like, damn, I don't want to feel like I could just get fucking deleted, right?
Right.
So
exactly.
in having that type of mindset, you think about going into a specific situation or a matrix of people and say, how can I become indisposable? How can I fucking kill my performance or do what I do to where they can't get rid of me, right? And I think we spoke about that too, like your experience, Alice, with the gym,
right?
And being like you know, just like a super top performer, Equinox, and being like a super top performer and stuff. And it's like when you have that value, when you create that value in a thing, it's like you want to leave your mark and be special, right? And so I think that's what's also missing is again, I'll speak from the artistic community perspective. It's like when people create art, it's just a bunch of overthinking. They're just overthinking it, like, is this good enough? Will you like it?
Oh man, I've been to studio sessions, and I'm sure you guys have too. I mean, you guys have been in a ton of them, but there's nothing worse when like the artist is ready to go. The artist he just wants to sing, rap. They just want to go, right? They're in the booth. The engineer plays the track. The artist is like maybe gets like a bar and a half in, and the engineer stops it like, yo, I think you should. I'm just like, dude, just let the guy just go right now. He's in the zone. Like, don't fuck up the flow. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, just let him just go, and then you can go. So it's like there's nothing worse when you go to when I see it, but like, you know, I'm on the side, so I don't really want to interfere just yet. I just kind of want to see how it turns out. But there is something about, you know, an artist or someone that just wants to express themselves and they're ready to go, and someone's like nitpicking at them. Yeah. You know, it's like, now's not really the time to nitpick. Like, let me get warmed up. Let me do my thing. Let me do a couple of takes. We can comp it later. Let me do like 20 takes actually. Right. And we'll comp this. We'll move this here. We'll take the best one and slide that over there. And it's like, I'm seeing some of these engineers, and it's just like, and they want to be like Diddy. It's like, dude. Right. You're not Diddy yet. You know what I'm saying?
That's kind of what I was saying earlier. Sometimes when I'm in the studio and I'm in my zone, and someone's like, hey, client, and I'm just like, the vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just fucked up the vibe.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, that happens all the time, and you just have to know how to control it and just like be a team player.
Yeah,
it's all about being a team player. You know what I mean?
That's really.
And people just got to know when the right time, when it's the right time for certain things.
I think why people do it too is because, you know, if I just pop up, because I love, you guys know, I love to just pop up at studios and just see different artists and see kind of what's going on, who's moving and shaking and stuff like that. And, you know, so if I go in, you know, and like the engineer or, you know, whoever, you know, running the session, you know, they want to try to impress me, so they're gonna like stop, you know, like try to be demanding. It's like, dude, you don't have to do that. It's okay. Like, don't try to show. You're not showing off. You're just hurting the process
hurting yourself.
and hurting yourself. Right.
Yeah.
I've seen that so many times where people are like, I don't want to work with that engineer again because they just talk too much or, you know, too much input.
Yeah, exactly.
Fly on the wall.
Exactly. It's interesting. So earlier today, we had many conversations in the green room today, actually. Me and Josh were talking, and
Josh.
he was
Jay Jules.
and he was telling me how much he loves reading Rainbow.
Oh yeah,
No, I'm just kidding.
I bet. Take a
I just
look.
made that up.
It's in the book. Go read it, Rainbow.
Who doesn't love reading Rainbow?
Come on. And then the guy was in like Star Trek and had that thing over his eyes. All right. Anyway.
Yeah.
Bird Box? No.
Bird Box. But we were talking about a multitude of things, and there's this it led to this conversation about how there's just like so many artists out there. I'm talking about producers, rappers, singers, blah blah blah. There's so many artists out there that are just always just looking for shortcuts. Shortcut this. How do I get here quicker? How do I do this easier? How do I go here, here? And when you look at the people in whatever industry you're in, the top tier 5 people that are most successful in that industry that you're trying to pursue, literally 0% of them took a shortcut, right? Unless you were born into a rich family, congratulations, bro. You have money. Cool. But for the 99.9999999%, the rest of us, we weren't, right? And so 0% of the top tier took shortcut. Meanwhile, you are 99.999% of the not top tier, and you're looking for a shortcut. The math doesn't add up.
A perfect example of that. Like if I go on Instagram and I'm looking at an artist or whoever it is, graphic designer, whatever, and I go and I see, 300,000 followers. I'm like, okay, 300, I'm looking pretty good. Following like 1,000, okay, not bad. But I look at your last post from 2 days ago, and it's got 200 likes.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
5 comments from graphic designers.
5 comments that are
From
spam
graphic designers.
because you hashtag music producer, this, that, whatever. So the spam
Not
just came
organic.
through. And it's like, honestly, when I look at that, I get so turned off. I will not even listen to the music.
Yeah.
Because to me, it's like the Khaled voice. Congratulations, you played yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just such, I don't even know who allows these people to do, like whoever their management team is or who label or whoever's running, it's just not a good look.
Yeah, it's not.
It's just really, really not a good look.
Yeah.
I'd rather see you at 50,000 followers and getting like 300 comments.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
To me, that's way more swaggier than 300,000 or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Exactly.
to me, that's like, so that's the what you were talking about, buying your way in.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like, to me, that's a version of it. It's just
Yeah.
through technology.
Yeah, I've
You know what I
seen
mean?
so many people like that with like 20,000 followers and like 100 likes.
Yeah.
Oh, well, here's the other one. If you're on Twitter and you have 1 million followers.
And you're following
And you're
a million
following
people.
900,000 and
Jesus
it's like
Christ.
it's like, what program are you running, bro?
Yeah.
Like,
That's
help
not
me
good.
get
And
my
how
Twitter
much-
follow up, but
And
I don't
how
want to be
much
following all
fucking
those
time
people.
do you have to wait
much noise?
to sit there and fucking press follow
It's
for
no,
insane.
no,
900,000?
no, but that's the thing. No. There's an algorithm. There's programs out there that'll just do it
They'll
for
do
you.
it
But
for you.
why? But I hate seeing that. Like I've
Yeah.
seen people that would follow me, and I'll see their bio, and I'm like, oh, okay, you might be someone that could potentially be cool to connect with. And then I see that you're following 500,000 people, and I'm like, you don't care about me.
Unbelievable.
I'm not following you.
It happened to me.
Exactly.
I'll even say the guy's name. I don't even care. On Twitter, I think his name is like Noah Miller or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
He's got a blue check, and he followed me and then spammed me, which I thought it was a real message. Like, yo, I really fuck with what you're giving back to community, whatever. So I replied, thinking it was genuine. Like, yo, good look. And after looking at his profile,
It's
I
like
was
copy
like,
and paste.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, he just got me, bro.
Yeah,
he
yeah.
just dead ass
I
got
never
me.
follow people like that because I'm just like, if you're following 500,000 people,
Yeah.
what do you care about me? You're probably not even seeing my tweet on your
Yeah.
timeline.
Yeah.
Like,
Exactly. Yeah, the moral of the story is, give me one example of a shortcutter that rose to the top. Give me one.
And that actually like lasted.
See, that's the key. A lot of they don't last. They'll get there because they either had the guap to pay, or with some resources, or someone gave them the cosign.
Right.
You can get there, but like you, exactly like you said, Avian. The one you can get there, but name one that's actually lasted. I can't think of one.
Yeah. There's also this like we've been brainwashed to think that we need 1 million followers. We need to sell 1 million records. We need 1 million streams on Spotify. And if you get there, fine, that's great. That's a great goal. But you know what? That's where the problem is, because as an artist, you're targeting millions of people, right? So let's think about a scenario here. Think about a group of 1 million people. Just to try to imagine 1 million people. So then out of these 1 million people, you have the majority, which is like the bell curve in the middle. And then you have, let's say that's 80%, right? 80% of 1 million. And then you have the 10% over here, and then the 10% over here. So there's this bell curve that happens, right? And then the people on the edges. And this graph, let's say, represents taste in music. So you're telling me that your goal is to try to make music for the 80%, when the 80% consumer's taste level is, and I dare say, generic, top of the charts. I'm not knocking this. Give me the music. I don't necessarily care about the music or the artist. Just give it to me, and we're going to stream it, and we're going to do it that way. I'm not a high-level music consumer. That person. So you're telling me that you want those numbers, but 90% of the artists that are making music right now are also chasing that. So your chances of breaking through that noise are actually 1 in a million. It's a needle in a haystack situation.
Exactly.
So I really challenge us as creators to reverse engineer that and say, you know what? Fuck the 80%. Let me fuck with the edges. Let me do something that's true to me, something that's original and thought-provoking, and provide some type of value, something different. And let me go to the little 10%. Let me tap into that 10%. Because if I tap into that 10%, and that's 50,000 people, and then 10,000 people hear it, and 1,000 people love it, I have 1,000 people that are willing to come to my shows, buy my merch, buy my album, go to the meet and greet. When they meet me, they take a picture and tell me how much I changed their life. Would you rather be that type of artist and entrepreneur, or would you rather be a needle in a haystack and have 1 million people not connect with you and not really know much about you and not really want to connect with you like that?
Yeah, I mean,
it's kind of a no-brainer.
Yeah, I mean, that's your core following. Right. That's what all artists want. They want a core following.
Consistent.
But they don't nurture it.
Right.
That's the problem.
That's what I'm saying. But if you do, like, that core following will take a fucking bullet for you.
You want to know why? Because out of those 1,000 people, guess how many of their friends are going to tell? 3 friends each.
Exactly.
And then a year from now, your shit's going to triple.
Right. Because you're getting referrals left and right.
But the million, the middle class, I'll call them the middle class.
Forget about you.
They're not going to say shit.
Yeah.
Because you're just a song on their playlist. So I just think that as producers, even, we should approach our music making in that way and say, maybe instead of like trying to produce for a Drake album when Drake has X amount of producers and blah, blah, blah. Maybe I'll get there one day. I will. And that's a good goal to have. But maybe for now, I should focus on this one little 10% person who I can really build with and nurture, who really fucks with me as a producer.
The local guy who's kind of buzzing.
Exactly.
Kind of buzzing, doesn't really have a producer, kind of, leases him here and there or whatever. That's the guy you want to get.
Yeah. And then that graph starts to shift.
Right.
You go from, this is a 10%er to, oh, wow, we're actually tapping into the middle now.
Dude, a perfect example of that is you, Ill. Because El DeSensei, he wasn't like mainstream. No. he was popping underground, but like, you know, my mom doesn't know who he is. You know what I'm saying? But now, and you've worked with Drake. My mom knows who Drake is now.
Right.
Yeah.
But like you did that.
I worked with Drake 14 years later.
Wow.
When I first started, it was all 10% underground. It was El De Sensei. It was Acrobatic. These are all people you guys never heard of, probably.
Mm-hmm.
It was Acrobatic. It was Little Brother. Before they blew up. It was Little Brother. It was, and so it was 10%.
Sky
Small
Zoo.
guy, small fry, small Sky Zoo. You know, small underground. And then what happened? Right? Seeds were planted. Quality of music was there.
Right.
And then, oh, Questlove here's Little Brother. Questlove co-signs Little Brother. Little Brother blows up. Fonte from Little Brother inspires this new rapper from Toronto named Drake. Drake is born. Boom, boom, boom. So all these little steps, right? I didn't start in the middle. I started on the edges.
Facts.
Everyone in that generation was trying to produce for 50 Cent and Eminem and Jay-Z. Did I want those placements? Of course. Did I try? Yeah. Did I get any? No. Because I was a nobody. I was just another producer. So I said, fuck it, let me work with Acrobatic. Fuck it, let me work with El Sensei. Fuck, oh, Sky Zoo, this new kid from Brooklyn. Let me fuck with him. Yo, Little Brother, what's good? Let me fuck with you guys. And that, over time, it was build. The first time I met J. Cole, when we did Love Yours, right? 2013, late 2013, early 2014. You know what was the first thing he said to me? He was like, yo, Ill, I love your shit. I love that Mobb Deep shit you did.
Wow.
That's the first thing he said to me. He said, I love that Mobb Deep shit you did. It was 2 years prior to that.
Yeah, I remember that. Wow.
I worked with Mobb Deep because I met Havoc's manager, Chris, at Converse, where Benny used to work.
Oh, Rubber Tracks.
At Rubber Tracks.
Yeah.
And we did some sessions, and we built. And then Havoc found out about me and started working with them. Boom, boom, boom. And I was working with Mobb Deep. And I believe I met Chris because he was impressed with the work I did with like Sean Price and Duck Down and you know, more underground stuff. So there's really, when people ask me about like, oh, how did you blah, 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 it's like, yo, I started on the edges. I think that's like the probably most important thing you have to think about as a creator is how can I go into this system and disrupt somehow so that in the future I can get chosen, or in the future I can have more access to the middle, to the top. But I need to start on the sides. I need to start on the edges. That's what I say, you know, you got to live on the edge. It's true.
I love that. I love that on the edges analogy because it makes sense. It's like, first of all, the people that are like the main ones, you know, Ill, like you were saying, they have their people.
Yeah.
They have their go-to people. That's why they're up there, because they've developed a team of people around them, and they've worked for so long. So they have their go-tos that they're going to go to every day. Oh, I need a beat. Drake. Let me hit Wonder. Let me hit, you know, whoever. Murder. Let me hit whatever. 40. But if you want to get to there, you have to start on the edges. You got to do locally. You got to do that.
But then also, you never know what they're listening to, right? Because you can work with like a local artist or an artist that is kind of on the come up, but it's not Drake. And you work on a fire song, and then Drake hears it, and he's like, "Damn, I want to work with that artist. Work on a remix." You know what I mean? So, and that's happened before.
Look at Lil Baby. You know what I mean? Look at Block Boy JB. You know what I mean?
You know which song I'm not gonna front? I really fuck with. It's really hard. I've been like listening to it a lot. Is it Flip De Niro? Leave me alone.
Yeah, that's my shit.
Yo, that is so hard.
We actually mastered that. Ow.
Did you really? Hey, shout out to Engine Room.
He recorded it there.
Did he record it?
He recorded it there. We didn't master it. I gotta check
Okay,
my
he recorded
facts,
it there. Okay, but
we did
listen,
something.
that's fire. That track is so hard.
So fire.
And Khaled
Listen,
co-signed them.
No, he's we the best. It's like we the best. There's like a chain. It's like
I think he was with Cinematic first.
It's Cinematic,
then,
we the best, and I think Epic.
Yeah.
Is all involved in
But
that.
Khaled co-signed that record.
Wow,
and
that
then-
record is hard.
Listen, all those guys started off on the edges, man, and the edges can represent a lot of things. Like, look at Drake, 2006. He was a 10%er. He was an underground. He was nobody. Drake, 40, and Boy Wonder, 2006. Guess where they were? They were in the fucking basement.
Wow.
They were on the edge. They were like, we got this rapper. He's gonna sing too. When the only sing rapper really closest thing, I guess 50 was no one was.
Nobody. Yeah.
And that was a huge risk. At any point in time, they could have said, yo, Drake, you shouldn't
Drake's
sing.
career has come a long
40
fucking way.
40 could have been engineering that and been like, Drake, don't sing. No one's singing right now.
Right.
Let's be like everyone else.
Right.
Stick to rapping.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah.
But they were like, fuck it. We're
Let's
going to
try
live
it.
on the edge and we're going to try this shit. And if it doesn't work, we only got one shot. Fuck it. Let's try it. And it fucking worked.
No, I remember having me and Zach from Smokey Robotic. This is a while ago, at least 5-6 years ago. And we were having a conversation. We were in LA, actually. I remember we were in LA, and me and Zach were talking about Drake, and I was like, dude, that guy is going to be the Prince of hip hop. That's literally what I said. He was like, oh no. I'm like, dude, trust me. That guy is literally he's going to do like no wrong. This guy is like that guy. He's that talented. And sure enough, I mean, to me, in my opinion, Drake is that guy right now.
Yeah.
Like, he's the Prince.
No, he's
I'm not going to say the king, because that I got to give to me, Jay. You know what I'm saying, in my opinion. But let me tell you, Drake, he's that dude, man.
He's that dude.
He really is.
He's that dude. That's actually a good argument.
Yeah.
I think if you had to only pick top 2 overall, still alive, still relevant, top 2 overall rappers,
It's got to be Jay first.
it's got to be Jay and
course.
Drake.
It's got to be.
Yep.
I don't think
And then
you can intertwine them.
Consistent.
There's an argument for 1, 2, 2, 1, I believe. Right?
Not King though. King's got to go to Jay.
It's intertwinable, and I only say that
Only because Jay's been doing it, 15, 20 years
right,
longer.
which is kind of unfair, I think.
Well, that's
But
why
then
he's king, because he has
but then
seniority. He's doing it
Well,
longer.
But then also, I feel like, let's keep it real. Jay doesn't miss.
That's what I'm saying. He's been doing it
Like
forever.
No, but Drake's also been doing it forever. But Drake's come out with stuff. I've
Not
always
as long
liked
as Jay.
Drake.
Not as long as
Of
Jay.
course.
Not as long
But
as
I'm
Jay.
saying, like,
Well, he's
Drake's-
older, so he'll never be
But
as
that's what
long
I'm
as Jay.
saying. That's why he's the king.
But there are people
right now.
that have had a career longer than Drake, and people consider them legends, and they miss.
Right.
They shoot and they miss. They're not consistent. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So like Drake is up there, but I will say I love Drake. All his shit's fire, but there have been certain things that he's put out that kind of was like
because
miss.
it's numbers. It's numbers. Not
I was
everything can hit.
going to say,
But
yeah.
Hov,
LeBron-
everything Hov has come out with, like there was certain things in his earlier day that people would be like, that wasn't my favorite, but like
Right.
Hov's been consistent fire versus
and
bars.
and the brands. I mean, think about all the titles.
Yeah.
Come on, listen, Drake, I love you,
Yeah,
Papa,
yeah,
but
yeah.
title,
Yeah.
Rockefeller,
Yeah.
OVO's
Well,
popping.
the whole point is that they are top 2,
100%,
right? Nothing
To
new.
me.
And it's so interesting when you think about Jay-Z and Drake and their failures and their fears, right? And it's almost easy to kind of put 2 and 2 together and say and think about like all the potential opportunities. Like Tidal for a little while there was like, that might not
Questionable.
work.
Yeah.
They might sell that joint.
He did though.
And right.
He did, and he made a ton of money.
But not a failure.
Not a failure.
They've had failures, like being a very small percentage market
Right.
share, and people thought they were a bigger part of the market share.
going
They
against
weren't.
Apple and
trying to
everything.
get subscribers.
Tidal was such a big risk, and that's part of one of Jay-Z's biggest successes.
You know what
Part
I
of his
think?
legacy.
You know what I think? What took Tidal, in my opinion, like to that next when they were doing the exclusive albums and like the
There you go.
exclusive
Yeah.
content.
The content.
And you had to go there to see it. Like
Yeah.
if I think if Rihanna dropped, I forget who it is. I could be wrong.
Beyonce
there, but-
too, I think. Was
Yeah,
exclusive,
it's like you had to go there to
Right.
get it. That to me was the smartest move they ever
Right.
did, because then you can't go to
Right.
Apple.
And then just connecting to the culture, right? Because Tidal is very cultural. It's veered towards like the
Right.
hip hop world.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like the culture, minorities.
Exactly.
So you know that that's a place where you go where you're gonna find that.
And they pay like triple everyone else. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
But they pay
Right.
like triple. If you do 1 million streams on Tidal,
You
I
get
think
the
it's
most money from
$12,000. If you do 1 million streams on Spotify, I think it's like 3 or 4.
Right. Yeah. They're doing things to beat out the competition.
And this is another reason why, if you're an artist or you're a producer, you need to put your stuff on all platforms. SoundCloud and YouTube is not going to cut it. It's not how
At this
it's
point, that's a
popping.
no-brainer. If you're not using TuneCore or DistroKid,
That's
you're
what I'm
not-
saying.
You're way behind. You're back
You're
in
way
2012.
behind. Exactly.
You're
And there's still people just handing out CDs.
yeah. Yeah. It's I don't even want to go there.
That's on 42nd Street.
Yeah, I don't even want to go
Anybody
there.
else, like, come on.
I think
Pack it up.
I think the only time I've gotten CDs is guys who are like 35 or older. They
How do
just
you
haven't
listen?
swung
How do you
on.
get to LA? You gonna walk there, old school? No,
Right.
take a horse. It's faster. No, you're not gonna take a horse.
Right.
Go on a fucking airplane.
Right.
Right.
Save yourself some
Grow
time.
up
That's
and go
the
on a
that's the
fucking
right
airplane.
shortcut. That's a
Right.
good shortcut to take.
Put it on a flash drive.
Yeah, put it on a flash drive.
Fact.
You know, I think all of this conversation kind of boils down to kind of all sums up to one thing. And I think the important thing is to, as creators, I think we have to just remember that it's okay for me to create a piece of art that not everyone likes. I think that thought is so underrated because there's too many of us that are trying to appeal to everyone. It's like in fashion, like you're going to put on an outfit that is acceptable and is like appeals to generally every person so that no one gets mad at you or so that no one, you know, clowns you for what you wear. Those days are done.
Yeah.
Those days are fucking done. Right. And so as an artist, you have to really think hard about why am I making music? Who am I making music for? Does this music that I'm making make me happy?
Yeah.
And if it makes 100 people happy out there as opposed to 1 million, that's okay.
Right.
Because all I have to do is focus on those 100 and nurture them with content so that they keep coming back to the point where they trust me and they love me and they tell their friends. And then next year I have 200. That's literally the name of the fucking game. And if you're not playing that game, you're playing the other game, which is
the cheat
let
one.
me sit here and waste my time looking for a shortcut I'm never going to find.
Right.
Pay the money.
Let me try this, that. It's not going to work. Let me try to make music that appeals to everybody. Not going to work because it's too flooded. And you're making shitty versions of what's already out there, which is good enough. And 4, you're not connecting with anyone. You're not making any real connection. So choose one, dude. Choose one. You're gonna do that, or you're gonna be honest with yourself and start fucking shooting what you kill, eat what you kill. You're gonna start grinding for real.
I love the be honest with yourself line because, you know, and listen, my social media following is not huge, but it definitely has been growing. And what I've noticed that is when I speak. So I started doing this thing on my Instagram, and anyone who follows me, you can see there's like the 3 rows, right? And each row I've kind of like put to a certain thing. Like one is for BLAPCHAT, one is for any other events, True Masters, and any other stuff I have going on. By the way, big announcement next week, which I'm not going to announce now. I'll do it next week. And the other one is like my Twitter inspirational stuff. And when I started doing like the Twitter inspirational tweets, I mean, it was actually the one that really motivated me to do it. And, you know, and he would like retweet my stuff. And I was like, wow, freaking Illmind. But like it kind of building. But the point I'm getting to is when I started doing like my Twitter inspirational tweets and, you know, screenshotting it and then putting it on my Instagram, the first one I did, I was so brutally honest with myself.
Yeah.
Like if any one of those posts that you see, I'm just talking about me. That's really all that is. I'm just being honest with myself, but I'm expressing it and I'm being very truthful and I'm putting it out on social media.
Yeah.
And I remember the first time I before I hit send, like my finger was shaking.
Yeah.
Like dude,
Yeah.
if you send this, like you're out
It's
there.
real.
Yeah.
This is
It's
like
real.
you're putting yourself out there. And I did
You
it.
overcame the fear.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And people related to you.
And I did it, and poof, my
And
comments.
then how did that feel?
It felt relieving.
Yeah.
It felt like I don't have to worry about that anymore. I let it go.
And then in doing that, in that moment, you've just unlocked something that could continue to help you.
Yeah. And
benefit
it
you.
helps other people. I get so many
Right.
DMs and comments like, dude, that shit you
Same.
posted, man, like, that's some real shit because I'm going through this, you know, boom, boom, boom.
Listen, I always say, don't give advice on stuff you've never experienced.
Right.
Exactly.
Fact.
Don't.
Oh.
And don't be
That's
a
a
fucking
fact.
YouTuber
Fact.
with the
Yeah.
little camera looking at the thing.
And they can
be
see
like,
right
Fact.
through
do
it.
this. This is 5 steps to
Word.
this and that and this. That's why I don't do that shit. I mean, I do rants because it's a train of
live through
thought.
it.
I live through it.
Right.
That's why for me personally, I film content where I'm engaging with real people because I'm telling them my truth. And hopefully people grab value in that. And so all these fucking videos where they're 5 steps to this.
Yeah.
But guess what? Look at my resume. I haven't done shit.
Right.
Yeah, there's like
But
a
I'm
guy.
telling you how to do it.
Yeah, there's like a guy who walks out of a Lamborghini and he's like walking into his mansion
God.
and he's like, "Look, guys, when I started out, I had no money, and and there's 4 steps." And like Ill said, whenever time I see that, I'm just like,
No.
Can I skip this ad like ASAP? I really don't want to see this right now.
If there's a video on YouTube, 4 steps to success, and it has 2 million views, and it was posted 3 years ago, you're talking 3 years later, I want to see at least 50% of those people, which is 1 million people, become millionaires. Where are they?
That's like this one.
Where are they?
That's like this one.
Where are they at?
this
Show me,
one
show
ad.
me, show me the results of your bullshit 5-step program. Let me say that one more time. Show me the results of your bullshit 5-step program, and I will shut up.
That's like this one.
I'll be
kid.
quiet.
Yeah.
I saw this this like blogger this blogger profile on
Yeah.
Instagram.
You don't have to give them any shit.
Yeah. They promoted this kid that he's like, "Oh, I'm an entrepreneur and I became a millionaire." And then they posted a pic of him. It's like him at 18 with like a Gucci fucking belt and like sneakers and like a jersey, and then him at 21 with a trench coat, and like he's like, listen to me, you can easily become a millionaire. I'm like, bruh. And people are like, all he did was change his fucking coat. He just put a trench coat on and a button-down shirt.
See, when you approach it that way,
Show me your bank account, bro.
Think about what type of human being you are.
Right.
You're not contributing anything positive to society. What you're doing is you've decided to sell a lie to people to get rich. Mm-hmm. You might as well just work and find.
But are you even getting rich though? You know what I mean? Or is it just like a
fake it till you make it?
Yeah, or is it
Right.
just a persona?
Persona. That's a good one. That's a good
Like
one.
I look rich, so let me like have people spend
that.
Listen,
$50
so
on a
much.
3-step program.
Listen, more power to you if you're on the grind and you're hustling for money. Like, good luck. There's people out there that enjoy that and do that, and that's fine. But I personally, you have to really think about, what is that a life to live? Do you want to hustle, or do you want to hustle life, or do you want to love life?
Yeah.
I'd rather see a guy doesn't make a lot of money, or a female, or artist, whoever it is, entrepreneur, it doesn't matter. I'd rather watch someone genuinely struggling, working every day towards their goal, right? Eating, apple or ramen noodles for dinner, whatever.
Cereal with water.
Whatever. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like bread and peanut butter sandwiches.
Spam.
Right? Ooh,
Corned beef.
Spam.
Corned beef
I
omelet.
used to
You
love
ever put corned beef in the egg?
Oh, some back in the day. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Back
That
in the
reminds
day,
me, I got cornbread at home.
I used to
I'm
love
excited to
cornbread
go
back in the
eat
day.
that.
What about white rice and salt? You ever do that?
Oh, and butter. And butter.
Ketchup.
Been there.
Ketchup.
Cheerios and water.
Yes.
Yeah. But
Cheerios
anyway.
and water, I've never done that.
Yeah, back in the day.
Really?
Yeah.
I just rather look at Josh. He's like, "Ugh."
Josh,
I'd
give me
rather
that
just
look.
eat the Cheerio
He's
dry.
like, damn,
just
man, it was like
out
that.
of my hand.
You ever dip a vanilla wafer in water?
Ooh, it makes it like nice and like soggy.
Yeah, so, and then you close your eyes and pretend it's an Oreo dipped in milk.
Fire.
Vanilla wafer in water.
That's fire. That's fire.
You know them 99-cent joints at the deli.
I know,
The vanilla
100%.
wafer shit.
100%.
All right.
But anyway, going back to what I was saying, I'd rather see someone being honest and genuine, struggling, but trying to make it, and going out there and making the moves. To me, that's way more entertaining.
Yep.
Right.
Because I know 15 episodes in, or like 3 months down the road, that person is going to be somewhere else.
Yeah.
Because they're already grinding and they're putting the work in now, as opposed to, like we were saying, taking the shortcuts and figuring out ways to cheat.
It's a scoreboard.
I don't want to see you in the Lamborghini. I don't want to see you throwing money at strippers.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit about that. I want to see someone who genuinely cares and is really trying to make power moves out there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's more interesting to me, because seeing the growth makes me be a bigger fan of what they have going on, and I want to see the next
Because
episode.
it's relatable.
And you know what you do?
It's
And you know what you
real.
do, because we're in the industry? You do the industry thing. You know what it is? You keep in touch just in case. That's what you do.
Yeah.
They text you
Yep.
and you don't want to text back. Don't say no. You know what
Right.
you do? You don't reply.
Right.
Because then when they become big, you say, "Oh, I never got your text. What's up?
Oh, my bad.
I'm
I
ready.
was mad busy.
Right.
My bad. Let's go." the game.
Ill. Say that one more time because I don't think these guys caught on exactly to the gem that you literally just dropped.
Listen,
Say it one more time.
If you get someone's phone number and you text, and they're like a big industry person, whatever it is, they were successful, whatever, and you're on your grind, and they respect you, and you guys had a good conversation, and you text them, and they don't reply back, doesn't mean they don't like you, doesn't mean that they want you to go away. If they don't reply, one potential reason is because they just want to keep you at bay.
Right.
They want to say, you know what, I'm not going to reply because I don't want to do this thing for you yet. But when you get to that point and then you text me and you're at that point where I feel like this is mutual, I will reply back to you.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And from the other person's perspective, it's like, oh, you're a piece of shit. Why don't you want to help me? The guy's
super
doing,
busy. He's
doing
super
shit.
busy.
Yeah.
He's
Super
doing
busy.
shit. Let the person live. Go out there and start hunting,
Yeah.
so you can work your ranks up, and then get to that point. And when you start getting those callbacks, that's when the magic happens.
That's kind of like me. I have a lot of people that are always, and I don't mind helping people,
Yeah.
but I have people that have like come up to me more often than not lately, like, oh, I love what you do. I see this and that. Can I get an internship, or do you have any internship? I'm like,
Yeah. They're shooting their shot.
Yeah.
They're shooting their shot.
I'm like, cool, shoot your shot, but like wrong place, wrong time.
Yeah.
I don't really know you. I don't know your work ethic. I haven't seen what you're capable of. No.
Yeah. And that's going to multiply as, we do more shows and it gets more
definitely.
successful. That stuff. That's why people who are super successful, they don't answer any text. They don't reply because they're so busy. And, like Illmind was saying earlier with that, but like, and what you're saying, Avian, everyone's always asking you for something.
Yeah, it's like I'm not gonna see Lee or Cole in the room
do
and
you know
be
how
like,
many,
"Can you hear my beat?
do you know how
Can
many
hear my beat? You're
times,
fired."
how many times I'll get a DM or a random, like someone I don't even know, like, yo, I love the show, I love boom, boom, boom. They give me this whole schmeal. I don't even reply, and then like a day or two later, yo, can you play my track for Illmind? I'm like,
yeah.
like Illmind's the homie. That's my bro. That's my fam. But dude, like, don't even come at that's so corny.
Listen, let me make something
super
clear.
corny.
Playing a track for me, obviously I appreciate every person, every producer, every fan who values my attention and values my opinion, right?
Right.
I really want to challenge you into thinking differently and tell you that me hearing your beat is a waste of time. I'll tell you why.
Mm-hmm.
You can use your time so much more wisely than putting energy into trying to get me to listen to a beat. Because when I hear a beat, what is there for me to do?
Right.
What happens next? What are you expecting next?
Then
are you,
what?
Are you expecting a deal? Are you
Right.
expecting me to
Your life's
take
gonna
that
change,
MP3
yeah.
and forward it to Kendrick somehow?
Right.
What is the real conversation here? Give it to me
Oh my
straight
God.
and tell me what you really want. And
Exactly.
if I think it is what I think it is,
Right.
then it's the wrong way to approach it, and I want you to approach it in the way that works.
Right.
And that's what I care about. That's why I do Pass the Aux. That's why we have a podcast.
Yeah.
Because this is an organized,
Right.
clean way for me to distribute my knowledge in a way that's realistic for all of us.
Mm-hmm.
And
Facts.
that's really what it comes down to, right?
Facts.
So, guys, listen, stop hitting Atlas up for Happy 3.
And it's cool
not
to
gonna
shoot your shot,
Yeah,
right? Because
yeah,
sometimes
sure,
it'll
you
work,
have
but
to.
you
I
just
get
have
it.
to know
I get it,
when,
yeah.
I get
how,
it.
and if it's going to work. Like, we are in the industry, and we end up being in rooms with some of the biggest people in the music industry. And I'm never going to be like, yo, such and such, can you hear my beat? It's like,
Right.
no, I'm going to like try to build a relationship with you where you feel comfortable enough to even listen to what I have to say.
Yeah.
And then later on, I'm going to say, hey, let's talk about this. I'm not going to be like, hey, Leor, like, I do beats, man. I got this podcast. Can you
No.
listen?
Listen, it's the concept is so simple. This is all it is, guys. You guys got to write this down. Create something for yourself to where people want to work with you. That's it. That's it. And whatever that is, cool. And it doesn't have to be a specific person you're trying to target. Just target the people that want to fuck with you.
Yeah.
Like, that's it.
And it doesn't have to be, and this is something that is very key. It doesn't have, if you want to build with somebody, on whether it's entertainment, whatever. If you want to build with someone, it doesn't mean you sending your beats is going to build the value with this person, because they're getting beats that are sent out to them.
Yeah.
Hundreds of beats probably weekly that are getting sent to these people. So what you need to do is you need to figure out a way to get involved with this person that's not asking for a favor, that's not asking for you to listen to my beat and give me critiques and tell me what you think. Like, for what? I'm too busy. I don't have time for that.
Yeah, it's like when you're asking people to go out their way.
Right. Yeah. But if I'm at an event, and again, this is stuff that's happened to me in the past, so I'm just throwing it out there. If I'm at an event and, an artist or band's performing that I have a relationship with, and I see that the sound guy, that the light guy is just trash, where like he's not even doing anything, but I step up and say, yo, I'm blah, blah, blah's light guy. Let me come up here and, do what, let me work. And you go up and you start doing lights while they're performing. I know that sounds weird, but this is stuff that I've done in the past and it's worked. And I go on and I know all the songs. I know when the drops come in. I know when the chorus comes in. So show me the strobe, show me how to make it dim, and show me how to make it bright. That's all I need to do. And then I go in and I take over, and then the show's done. And then the artist or band finds out, like, oh, shit, you were the one that did the lights? Dude, those are the best lights we've ever done. Again, just take an initiative. It doesn't have to be music. You can carry bags. Yep. I've carried bags for Ill. I'm not ashamed to say that. I've carried, yo, Ill, nah. Let me get that. I got you, dude. Don't worry about it. Yo, Ill, you want coffee? You hungry? Yo, nah, no worry. I got you. I'll go do the run. But what I'm saying is you can build value without sending your music out, which is very important, because you'll build more relationships that way.
And the value comes from getting that person to want to do something for you.
Exactly.
You got to get people to want to do stuff, because as human beings, we just want to do stuff we want to do.
Right.
I don't want to help a stranger, right? I mean, I do, obviously at times, because I'm not a fucking piece of shit human.
No, but you're more inclined to.
When we're talking in this bubble, this conversation bubble, generally when we're in this industry, you want to get the person to want to reciprocate and want to do
what
it.
makes you different from the 30 other motherfuckers that want to have their beat being listened to? Or
you know who played a good strategy? Josh. I use Josh all the time.
Was the best.
I use Josh as an example all the time, because I will do anything for Josh except for what he wants me to do, and I'm going to pause that. I'm just kidding.
Josh is looking at you like, come on, Ill. Ill always does that, Josh, right?
Yeah, I do it to everyone.
He goes a little extra sometimes.
I'm always extra. 2019, I'm extra. But like, Josh has been providing value so much for us for a while now, and it's like, he can literally ask me for anything, and I'm gonna want to do it. You know what I mean? Except for that thing, Josh. But I'm just kidding. I'll get off that. But like, he's earned that right. He's earned that he's earned that thing. So
it's a fact.
Too many people just shortcut. Goes back to shortcut thing. Anyway,
and shout out to the pizza.
Yeah, shout out to the pizza.
Shout out to Preach.
Shout out to Preach.
This is another unveiling here.
Who also owns a pizzeria.
Yeah. So shout to Preach, who owns this podcast studio. He also owns I'm not even really saying this, right, guys? The pizza's amazing.
It's
so good.
It's amazing.
Probably my favorite pizza in Queens. This is in Queens, New York. It's on Lefferts Boulevard. Yep. The last stop on the A train. So go find them. It's John's Pizza. It's amazing. It's so good. I think Preach is about to do some next level shit with the shop.
Oh my god! So, I can't wait till in a few we'll announce it.
In a few, yeah.
It's gonna be sick.
So make sure you guys check this pizza out, man. It's really fucking good. We just had like a couple slices.
Oh my god!
Speaking of really good pizza, let's listen to some beats.
Speaking of, I love Ill's transition when he does. Speaking of, when you hear that, you know he's about to transition somewhere else.
Exactly.
Even when it doesn't make sense.
No,
he's a master. Ill's a master.
It never makes sense.
Let's hear that cheese.
So, guys, listen, we're about to do something we haven't done in a while, actually, and so I'm happy we're back doing this again. We're gonna do our first of 2019. We're gonna do our segment called Blap or Crap. Okay, so what's Blap or Crap? Basically what we're going to do is we're going to listen to your beat submissions that you sent to us via email. And if you didn't get the memo last time, we're no longer doing submissions on beatthread.com. We're doing submissions via MP3 attachment email. We're going back to the old way. And so we're going to go into this email. We're going to pick your beats at random.
What's the email address?
The email address is info at BLAPCHAT.com. BLAPCHAT.com. So what we're going to do is we're going to listen to your beats at random. We're going to choose you at random, play your beat. We're going to play a snippet. And if we like the beat, we're going to give you a blap. And if we don't like it, we'll give you a crap. And we'll try to give you some constructive criticism. And we're going to have fun with it. So if you want to submit to this segment, all you have to do is attach an MP3, please, attachments only, MP3 of your beat to info@blapchat.com, subject line Blap Or Crap. And we will consider you for our next show. So, you guys ready to do this?
Don't be shy.
Don't be shy.
Welcome.
Our first submission is by Andy J.
It's a crap. No, I'm kidding.
It's a girl.
I'm just kidding.
All right, let's go.
Can we turn the music up a little bit?
Yeah, can we turn up the aux input a little? Great. Yeah, it's good. Intro's way too long. Okay. It's a little thin.
That's not it. I can tell you right now.
Hip hop arm.
Hey.
I made that up.
We got variations now.
Made that up. We have variations. Double.
All right, we're good?
We're good.
We're good. We're good.
You were right. That was a clap.
Come on. I'm right most of the time. I'm going to say 92% of the time. But again, just because I'm right in my mind doesn't mean I'm right. It's like,
Josh, when you edit that part, when I'm doing that, switch back and forth, like rapidly.
Oh, to all of us doing our dances? Yay.
Hey.
Okay, anyway. All right, our first submission was Andy J.
That's a crap.
That's a
It just
crap.
sounds like
we could just go to the next one.
yeah.
All right, I'm gonna try to be constructive here.
Okay.
Intro was too long, a little boring. Drums were very boring. It needs more movement. So put a little more movement in there. Give a little umph to your drums. Throw some sausage fattener on there, or decimort, or do some layering. Make sure those drums are really knocking and sounding clear and precise. And put a little screwdriver in there, man. Do some note repeats. Do some swings. Something in there to spruce it up. Right now it sounds very demo.
Sounds like a
generic demo.
boom bappy beat.
Yeah. So room for improvement.
Same.
Unanimous? Okay. All right, so we're going to move on because we don't have much time here. Our next submission.
Welcome.
Our next submission is by Mateo.
Mateo, welcome.
Mateo Presa Castro.
Castro. Oh, you got the Latino.
Ooh. I like that sample.
That's hard right there. I'm not going to front.
Yo, send that to me.
Oh.
Thanks, right?
I'm going to sample this and hit you up.
There we go. See, now we're talking, baby. That's a blap already. I don't even got to hear anymore.
That's a blap. I don't even know how to hear anymore.
Yeah, that sample was fire.
That's
you got
blap.
some more. Send that over.
Come on, man.
This shit make me want to rap.
This is hard.
Finally, we have a blap.
Yeah. Without
I don't want to stop
yet.
yet.
Ill, you got bars. Come on, Ill. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's go.
Get
Come
the
on.
bars. Get
Let's
the bars.
go.
Get
Get the bars. Get the bars. Get the bars. Get the bars. Get the
I
bars.
just ate a slice of the pizza.
Hey.
Want with a repo.
Hey.
Want with a repo.
What?
Car got a repo. Off white. White. Skirt. Oh, boy, yo.
All night.
Yo.
Right.
2019.
19.
Car so mean.
Mean.
Girl so clean.
Clean.
House so mean.
Mean.
Pizza so lean.
Lean.
House so jeans.
Jeans.
Household jeans.
Jeans.
Household jeans. Yeah, that shit blue.
Blue.
Motherfuckers know I blue.
Let's go.
New.
New.
Motherfuckers know I shoot.
I shoot. I shoot.
I shoot.
Do.
Yo, I shoot. Shoot. Fuck your shoes. Ain't got no Yeezy.
Yeezys.
Off white, no please me.
Peasy.
No shit, don't ease me.
Ease me.
Motherfuckers know easy.
Easy.
This shit come easy.
Easy.
Your name not Wheezy.
Wheezy.
My name Wheezy.
Wheezy.
Get
It's
some pizza
pizza,
from
crazy,
Queasy.
crazy. Yo,
Pizza,
put it down.
pizza, pizza,
Pizza, pizza. Pizza, pizza. Pizza, pizza.
Pizza, pizza,
preach.
Pizza, pizza.
pizza, pizza,
Preach.
Pizza, pizza.
Pizza, pizza, preach.
Pizza, pizza.
preach,
Pizza,
preach,
pizza,
Where we
preach.
get the pizza? Top of the A. Motherfuckers know I got the A.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers know I got this day.
They.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, we got
yeah,
bars, man.
yeah.
BLAPCHAT got bars. Yo, BLAPCHAT
Yeah.
album coming out soon. BLAPCHAT album coming out
funny.
soon.
See, that would be the take
Instead.
where I go in there and just rap and then I write real lyrics. So,
Right,
guys,
right.
listen, that was not real lyrics,
Right.
okay? That was cadence,
Off the top, though.
okay? Pure Fire.
Yeah, that was dope.
That was probably the best submission we've had in a while.
I was about to
me.
say that might be the best we've heard in a very, if not the best. That was hard. What's homeboy?
So his
homegirl?
name is Mateo Presa Castro. I'm emailing him
Mateo
right now.
Presa Castro.
He gotta send us some samples.
Man, can you spell that? That
Yeah.
was hard.
I'll forward you his info.
Mateo Presa Cat. Man, that was awesome. Send more,
Mateo,
please.
good job. I just emailed you. Send me
Yo,
more
follow
shit.
me and send me some joints, man.
Send Atlas some shit.
Please.
I'm gonna forward this email to you guys. Send perfection.
Yeah, please.
Wait, Atlas at
You can do contact Atlas to plug at Gmail.
contact Atlas the plug
Plug at
at
Gmail.
Gmail, and then perfection. What's yours?
Perfection Productions.
Perfection
09
Productions.
Gmail.
09
Gmail.
at gmail.com.
That
I just
was
forwarded this to you. You
hard.
guys can hit him up and have him send you shit.
That was super
Mateo,
fire.
good stuff.
Yeah. Thank you for that.
See?
We definitely needed that.
See, just like
We get some pizza and some fire beats. This
I don't
is
even want
what's
to
up.
play anymore because I want to leave on that note.
Dead ass.
If this next one is not as good, I'm going to go
we're
back to
ending with
Mateo.
Mateo. Yeah.
You know what I'm
we're
saying?
gonna end with Mateo.
Anyway, okay, so here's another beat. This is by, oh, no, that was the SoundCloud link, so that's not going to work. All right, so this next beat, this is our last submission for today because we're running out of time. But we should do a whole show of Blap Or Crap next
Yeah,
time.
let's do it.
This is by Bull's Head, and this is a beat from Bull's Head. Here we go.
That's not it. It's not it. I'm about to put my headphones down.
it.
I can already tell.
Oh,
Trying to
Oh,
tell
yeah.
you guys. I'm
yeah,
trying
it's
to tell you
early.
guys.
He's really early.
Trying to tell you.
Yeah. I see.
All right, let's go
all
back to Mateo.
no,
Can we
no.
play? No, let's end it
Bulls.
with Mateo one more
No,
time.
no.
Just the track. Can we just play it just a little bit? Because that was hard.
Yeah.
We'll end it with a banger, and then
The mix
next
was
week,
good,
what do you
too.
guys think? Next week
we'll
we do
we'll
Blap
do
Or
a
Crap.
full Blap Or Crap. Not the whole episode, but we'll do like a legit
75, 25.
Yeah, exactly.
Blap Or Crap.
Exactly.
Let's do it.
We'll do like a full one. But man, this Mateo beat. Hey,
The mix is really good too.
Yeah.
when your shoulders start moving like this, you know it's about to happen.
Ooh.
Yeah, motherfucker say. Yeah, I take her. I take her. All right,
I
Mateo.
wonder where he's from. That was
man.
hard.
Good job, Mateo. Our
Thank
first
you, Mateo,
blap,
for that. Thank you
our
so
first
much.
blap of a long time. Listen, guys, if you want to submit to this segment, all you have to do is attach one MP3 of your beat to info@blapchat.com. Subject line Blap Or Crap. And I promise you guys, usually we average 6 to 10 of these. submissions per episode. So
0.001 being blapped.
Yeah. We want to hear some heat from you guys, so send your beats. There's no limited amount, so just send them over, and we'll choose you at random. Really appreciate you guys for tuning in. Quick reminder, and I know Atlas has an announcement too that he wants to plug, but I'm doing Past the Aux. I'm doing my tour, 2019 Past the Aux tour.
International.
If you've been living under a rock, basically, I'm going to a different city every month, and I'm booking a studio, and I'm inviting 30 music creators to come in and plug the aux in, play their music, talk to me. I'm going to answer questions. We're going to build with each other. You guys are going to get to know each other. It's a great way to, open yourself up to be part of a community. I'm out here lighting fires, man, and it feels really great. And I'm so blessed to be able to do this with you guys. So if you're interested in coming to my Pass the Aux event, you want to see a list of cities, just go to my website, illmindproducer.com. Get your ticket because the slots are literally filling up fast. I'm really sorry for sounding like a salesman right now, but it's literally the truth. Slots are filling up quick.
Factory.
I'll be in New Jersey. I'll be in Jersey City, New Jersey, New Haven, Connecticut, and Boston, Massachusetts this month, January 14th, 15th, and 16th. And then February, I'm doing Toronto, Los Angeles. List goes on,
Grammy week?
Yup, a Grammy week.
London.
I'll be there. Yup. So Sunday, February 10th, I'll be at the Grammys. Then the 11th, are you going to be
doing a
out
dinner
there?
in LA, so link up.
Grammy dinner after the after party or like
Before.
Before? We're definitely.
But link up.
Are you there for the week?
Yeah.
All right, so you're coming to Pass the Aux.
Link up.
Yeah, we're gonna get in the studio. Yeah,
I love Grammy week in LA.
I love it.
I love LA.
Yeah, I'm finally gonna go.
Let's get it.
So shout to you guys, and Atlas, you have something coming up too, right?
Yeah, I mean, I got True Master Show on Instagram and Twitter. True Master Show, January 24th in New York City. I got something really big next episode that I can actually announce.
Announce it next episode.
Yeah,
Top of next episode.
What we were talking about, it's going to be special. So that'll be announced next episode. But for now, True Master Show, January 24th. 8 producers, 8 MCs, 8 dancers, and they battle. Crowd picks the winner. It's going to be lit.
Amazing. All right, guys. We will see you next week, episode 91.
Yeah.
Amazing. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. We appreciate you
And
guys.
get some pizza.
Get some pizza.
John's.
We out.